Okay, so the last video seemed to cut off midway through this. So basically where I got to was I'd drawn a line here and dimensioned it at 11. I then went on to draw a spline. So I picked spline and I picked this point and this point, which just went for a line. You then can use these little handles here, is what they're called. Okay, so you can change this, move it, make it suit the curve. Okay, so I've done that. Okay, so I've done that. And I now want to basically revolve this. Okay, I want to do a surface revolve. So exit out of that. So surface revolve, I've already done this because the video cut off, but edit feature. So basically I have picked along the surface tab, revolved surface. Okay, pick that. So it's pretty similar to whenever you revolve in our solid modeling. So I need to pick an axis. So this line here was center line was my axis. And then it's just basically going to revolve this 360 degrees. So just accept that. Okay. And that is the lid. Okay. So now the next thing we're going to do. Okay. So if I go back to this, so we're going to draw some lines. Okay, we'll draw a line here and dimension it, a line here, but we're going to do it in individual sketches and then rename them. So this first one's going to be in a sketch and called guideline front. So we'll do that first. Okay, so we want to sketch on our right plane. So we're going to pick right plane, sketch. Okay, and no. Okay, so I want it to be the other way around. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line. So it's not a center line now, it's a line. So it needs to be in line with this center point. Okay, and I'm going to draw it up here. Okay, and I'm going to make this point and this point horizontal. Okay, then I'm going to smart dimension that at 53. Okay, so you can see now that that's moved. That's okay, we can move it back in. So we want to basically grab the line and move it back in as best we can. Okay, so now we are going to exit that sketch and call this guideline front. Okay, we're now going to sketch again on our right plane. And we're going to draw another line. Again, needs to be in line with this center point. And this one is going to be slightly higher. So it's going to be dimension 54. Okay, so I'm going to make this point and this point horizontal. I'm going to smart dimension that at 54. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to just move that slightly out. Okay. Okay. Click OK. Okay, so I'm going to exit that and call that guideline back. Okay. Now I'm going to draw on my front plane. Okay. And this time I'm going to draw a spline. Okay, so pick spline. I want it to be in line with this point. Okay. I'm basically going to bring it up to somewhere around here. Okay. So now I'm going to make again this point and this point horizontal. Okay, and now I can just basically play about with this spline to get it to sort of suit. So, okay, so these little arrows are called handles. So just basically bringing them in. as best you can. Okay. So it's just a bit of messing about really to get it as best as possible. So we'll go with that for now. Okay, so we're going to exit that and we're going to call that guideline side. Okay. Okay, so now we want to draw on our top plane. So top plane sketch. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn this around because I want to draw a center line, but I want to make sure that it goes between that point and that point. So I'm going to draw a center line. I'm going to pick that point and I'm going to pick that point. Okay. And the next thing I want to do then is I want to draw a spline basically to make a circular profile between these points. Okay. So, oh, so we'll give this a go now. So I'm going to pick spline. I'm going to pick that as my first point. Pick somewhere here, try and get it on there. Then this point, and moving around to this point, and then back around to this point. Okay. I then want to select my center line, hold control, select that point and that point, and make them symmetric. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to exit that and I'm going to call that my profile. Yeah. So now I'm going to sketch on my right plane. Okay, sketch. And I'm now just going to draw a line up here. Okay, so I'm going to go and draw. Now it's a line, not a center line. Okay, so just up from. Oh, didn't pick up the point there. So line from here and up. Okay, and I'm going to dimension that as 58. Okay, okay. Okay, so I'm going to exit and I'm going to call that my path. So this might be familiar from the sweep that we did earlier. So you need a profile and you need a pathway. And then these guidelines are going to be our guidelines to pull it out into the shape that we want. Okay. Okay, so now I am going to select surface sweep. Okay. So in here, then I'm going to pick my profile, my path. Okay, so you can see it's just pulled it out to here. So in here, I'm going to select guide curves and I'm going to pick this, this, and this. Okay, so you can see now it's pulled it to those curves. So I'm going to click OK. Okay, right. So now I'm going to sketch in my right plane again. So sketch, okay, normal 2. Okay, and I want to draw a line coming across here. Okay, so I go back to what we had here. So we've done all that and we swap that round. So now we're going to draw a line coming across at an angle here and we're going to dimension it. And then we're going to dimension these bits here. Okay. So let's see. 9 minutes. Okay. The last one should have had 15, but it only let me record 7. So hopefully this will work. Okay. So we're now going to draw a line. Okay. So I'm just going to pick it about here. Okay. I'm now going to dimension that. So from this end point to my center point, okay, should be 43. And from this end point to my center point should be 46. Okay. And then from here to here should be 19. And from here to here Should be 9. Okay. Click OK. Okay. So I'm now going to exit that, and I want to go into trim surface. So I'm going to pick this. It's going to be standard. Yeah, I'm going to have sketch 13, which was that last line I did. I want to remove selections. Okay, and this is the bit that I want to remove. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. Okay, so now I want to create a loft basically to join these two. So if I hide this and this, so these were the original pictures that we brought in to draw around. So I want to create a loft between these two to join them. Okay, so I'm going to go here to lofted surface. Okay, so profiles, I'm going to select here and here. Okay, so you don't want that to be twisted, you want it to be straight. Okay, like that. Okay. So I can put in some start and end constraints to make it a bit more curvy. Okay, so I can put in curvature to face, and then I can put in curvature to face. Oh, it's not exactly right. Okay, so that's a bit better. So if I click OK, so you can play about with that to make it whatever you think, but that looks pretty good. So we're starting to now see our shape. So we've now hidden these two that we brought in. So this is just everything that we've done. Okay. So I'm just going to go back, see how long I have. Okay. Okay, so basically what I want to do now then is fill the bottom face so it's still a hole. So if I go to fill surface and I select this, click OK. So that's now close that off. Okay. I now want to knit them all together to make it into a solid surface. So I select knit and I select all 4. So there should be 4 in there. Click OK. Okay, so they're all knitted together. So a couple of other things then. So I want to put on a fillet rad down in the bottom here. So because now, sorry, so knit, I'm just going to delete that. So I should have went into knit, picked the 4 surfaces and create solid merge entity. So that'll make it fully solid and not hollow in the middle. Okay, so if I now do a section cut through that, you can see that it's solid. Okay. Okay, so now it's a solid model. So if I can go into the features tab now and use these functions. So I want to fill it, pick that. I want it to be 2 mil. Okay, click OK. So we now have that. Okay, so there was a little hole or like a cutout going along here. Oh, we're running out of time. So if I go back to here. So we had this little cutout running along here. So what we're going to do is try and do that. But I'll pick that up in the next video.